How's it going, YouTube? This is TrainJ, and today we have a video for the What Did I Buy series. This is number 7, 8, something like that on the list, maybe 9. I have no idea anymore. The weeks are flying by. All these cards would be recent pickups or somewhat recent. I definitely have a queue right now of orders in line to do these videos, just not enough time to go through them all at once, so they sit in a box until I get the chance to do that, which have the chance to do one right now. So the way this works is this is $1,500 in cards, a $1,500 order, or 200,000 yen from Japan, give or take, because of the conversion rate, and that's also including shipping costs. So it could be closer to 1,600, it could be closer to 1,400. It really just depends all at the time what the conversion rate is. Right now it's pretty good, so I'd say 1,500 is fair with shipping. It probably doesn't ever get close to 14 unless the conversion rate is really bad, which you never wish that upon Japan. Definitely is nice for picking up cards, but you don't want to wish that upon anyone's economy. But yeah, so about $1,500, 200,000 yen. The reason I do that is because it is the easiest, quickest way to ship stuff from Japan without having an issue with customs here in the US. 200,000 is that kind of threshold where anything over that, they do extra checks. A lot of times it actually costs extra to ship that way. It's just best, and the way I've always done it is every time I have 200,000 yen in items, I can compile them all together and then have them shipped out. So yeah, that's what we got in front of us here. We're going to dig through all this stuff, check out condition on a few of the cards, and yeah, just kind of sit back, relax, have some fun. First up, we have some old back stuff here. Actually, I think there's a good chunk of old back in here. All right, we got Dark Blastoise, 1 copy. Nice swirl on this one. Beautiful card. Condition on the front doesn't look too bad. Oh, another thing too, I always tell everybody in these, because I'm looking through the camera on this, and because you're going to see this blown up on a bigger screen or be able to like kind of zoom in on it, you're going to be able to see condition better than what I am looking through my phone. So if I say something's minty and you see some damage, don't worry, that'll get picked up when I go through things in depth later on. But I see the dent in the bottom of this one. I don't know where it was, but overall the front looks really nice. It's a nice copy for sure. It's actually nicely centered too. All right, we have Giovanni's Gyarados, 1 copy. Not going to go through this too quick if we keep having 1 copy. Man, look at the foiling on that. Gorgeous card. And again, just another nick up here. It's a shame. A lot of this stuff sometimes will be, gradable other than the fact that it's got a dent, which sucks. We got Vaporeon, 1, 2, 3 copies of Vaporeon from Jungle. Beautiful foiling on this one too. And the back copy, not so great, but I get a lot of people that ask, like, oh my gosh, like, you grade all this stuff and then make all this money, and it's just not like that. I mean, you old back stuff, you might go through anywhere from like 10 to 20 copies, like 10 to 20 cards before you find something gradable, sometimes even more. And new back isn't quite as bad as that, but I mean, you got to think about it. Like, if there's 100 cards here and you have to go through, just say the average then is 15 because we have old back and new back. I mean, what does it come out to? Maybe like 10, 12 cards in this whole big pile here and here that are gradable, So you're taking a risk, and you got to be able to make sure that you can sell these raw, and that's the way I buy. I buy based on hoping that worst case scenario, it's not in that great a shape, or it's decent shape but not worth what I want to grade, and then I can sell it, and either make a profit on it raw, or at the worst case scenario, break even. That's the way I like to buy. I don't like to take too many crazy risks because, I mean, realistically, it's not necessary unless you want to do that. I mean, yeah, sure, you take the risk. There's always a big reward, but I feel like I don't know. I just like doing it the way I do it. You guys do it the way you do it. There's a lot of people that are willing to take bigger risks out there, and they definitely reap the reward sometimes. But for me, yeah, I just like doing this kind of stuff. This is my wheelhouse for sure. But we got Articuno, Fossil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 copies of Articuno. Beautiful swirl on that one. Beautiful foiling. We do have the scratching down here. And the back copy does not look that great either. Dents, scuffing, whatever. It's almost like residue. I don't even know what you would call this. I don't know if it's scuffing from like being in and out of stuff or shuffled, or if it's actually like, I think I've tried to clean this off before to see if it will come off, to see if it actually is dirt. I don't think it's dirt or any like sort of like buildup. I think it's literally just friction, like this card moving back and forth or side to side, being shuffled or in and out of a binder, and just that's what happens over time, or maybe in and out of some kid's pocket. All right, next up we have Tyranitar Neo 2 copies. Man, look at that, really pretty. I like the outline with like the sparkling on this one. Does this one have it too? Not quite as defined. You see the sparkling all the way around him? Huh. It's kind of weird that it's more prevalent on that one, but it looks really good. Back's looking not great. You can see right there. Keep going to grab the new back stack. All right, we have Jolteon from Jungle, 2 copies. You guys can see this one already. You see the hollow bleed coming through on this one as opposed to this. You see it all over on this one. I mean, this isn't a crazy hollow bleed. This stuff happens a lot on the older cards, but definitely, I mean, you can tell the difference just looking at the 2 copies. Definitely some scratching on the front of that one. Back of this one doesn't look too bad, though. I'm sure I'll find something later. We got Flareon from Jungle as well. 1, 2, 3 copies. Pretty hollow on that one. Scratching on the front. And the back one's just kind of average as well. Moltres. I had a bunch of these the other day too. I think I have a bunch here. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's funny too. There was a really dark copy in that one. You guys are going to start thinking I'm showing off cards twice, which I'm sure I'll get that at some point, but it's neither here nor there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, that's a really dark one too. I messed up. I can't even count. All right, let's try this again. We can count, I promise you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 copies. I think that's a lot more than it was the other day, so it can't be the same stack. It is funny that, I mean, I guess it's pretty normal to see darker copies when you have this many, but this one's really dark too. This one's super dark as well. Hollow bleed going on. We got 20 copies of Moltres, so if we have a bunch over there and a bunch somewhere else, I could possibly potentially have 50 copies of Fossil Moltres on hand right now. So it probably would be wise of me to get some listed, check through, but yeah, just gotta get myself in gear. Gotta get caught up. We gotta get caught up this year. Back one of this one's not too bad. It's just crazy. That's pretty awesome. Just me as a kid, like, would have been going crazy, like even seeing Japanese copies like this many, and now it's like a regular basis for me, which is cool. We got Mew from Fossil. 1, 2, 3 copies of Mew. Seems like a darker print on this one. Yeah, definitely. Nice swirl on this one too. Oh man, back copy is loved hard. That's fine. Just can't imagine, like, I always have to wonder, like, the amount of time and, like, effort it took to get a card to look like that, and, like, what all went on. Got Dragonite from Fossil. 1, 2 copies. Probably seen enough of these the last couple weeks, but they have been selling, so I can't really complain. Same thing with the next one too, and the last of the old back stuff. We have Dark Dragonite. Looks like some scuffing or something there. And a little bit over here. Yeah, it's like it's always nice when, like, I get stuff in and, like, I'm like, oh, like, I'm selling it. I'm like, man, I'm making a little money off this. You know, people are pumped about getting these cards. Like, it's just, like, kind of like an all-around good feeling. It's like I made a good decision buying these. It wasn't a bust. Like, I don't know, it's just a good feeling all around. We have new back stuff here now, obviously. We got Vaporeon from Split Earth. This is a regular rare. And we got some stuff going on with that. Nothing too great there. Greninja. XYP promo. I don't remember what the exact release was on this one. Oh yeah, nice dent on that one. We got Mudkip, 7-Eleven Fair campaign promo. There's a non-holo and a holo version. I'm sure you can guess which one this is. It's kind of crazy, these two. Or three? Is this like all three have like the same kind of swirl there? It's kind of interesting. We got 1, 2, 3 copies of Mudkip. It does indeed have the swirl. A little scratchy on that one. A little whitening in the bottom. Man, we're going to be a long video here if I don't get rolling, but I guess that's what I say just about every video anymore. Seems like people aren't enjoying them, so it is what it is. We got Wailord EX, one of my favorite EXs of all time. 2 copies. Scratchy on the front. Little dent in this one in the back. And some whitening. I feel like I'm not getting quite as lucky with this one so far as I've been with some of the other ones, but again, only time will tell when I go through them. We got Totodile from the Heart Gold Soul Silver release campaign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies. Nice promo, cool little set. I think it's like 6 total with like Totodile, Chikorita, Cyndaquil, Teddiursa, Mareep, and then Phanpy, all from Neo. Is this a hair? No, it's a scratch. Otherwise, that one doesn't look terrible. Cute card, though. Sugimori art. We got Vaporeon, 2 copies from Golden Sky, Silvery Ocean. Beautiful Nishida artwork. I like that the holo comes through the eyes there, too. Is it the same on this one? Yeah, it is. That's kind of cool. They would have had to, like, plan that. Like, it's almost like they, like, kept the eye, like, the pupil, like, solid, but then they let the rest of the eye, like the white of the eye, or in this case, the black of the eye, like, transparent for the holo to show through. So it's kind of cool. Back of this one. Oh, see? Little indent there. Beautiful card, and then just a little bit of an indent. Damaged, as some people would say, which is total BS. Got Empoleon level X. 1, 2, 3 copies of Empoleon. This is the promo version. What was this? This might have been from the... Is this Shining Darkness release campaign? We got some pretty nice whitening down here. Couple indents. Easy PSA 10, right? Kabutops EX from Magmaverse Aqua. 1, 2 copies. Always like this one. I feel like it's pretty good artwork. Got some something there. Little something there. Again, PSA 10, obviously. We got Walrein EX, 1, 2 copies from Mirage Forest. It's a beautiful holo on that one. I think he looks a little goofy in this one. Kamiya Masago did this. But, like, it looks like super, like, hyper-realistic. Like, you can see, like, the folds in his skin and just, I don't know, very hyper-realistic interpretation of Walrein. And I think it kind of throws it off a little. I think it's a good-looking card, but definitely, if you look at it long enough, you're like, I don't know how I feel about that. It's pretty nice. Decent copy. We got Trico now from the 7-Eleven Fair campaign promo. I guess you couldn't tell if it's holo or not holo, but it's holo. That's the version it is. 1, 2, 3 copies of Trico. Nice scroll on the back of that one. Man, you gotta love the foiling on the older stuff. They don't do it like they used to. That's how you know I'm old. Nice little indent there. Dustox. I feel like Dustox is kind of an underrated Pokemon. Well, he is an underrated Pokemon. He's cool. We got one copy of Dustox from Mirage Forest. Dustox, first glance, looking pretty clean. Except for that indent right there. Still like a near mint card overall, but it's a shame when you see stuff like that. Where you're like, oh my god, it could be a 10. And then you're like, ah. All right, we got Muck. Dragon, EX Dragon? Dragon Frontiers? No, it's not Dragon Frontiers. Rulers of the Heavens. I don't know why I keep messing this one up lately. I don't know what's up with me. But yeah, we got Muck EX. Definitely a cool card. One copy. This one looks pretty clean too overall, but I'm again, yep, there's no, see? Like a little dent right there. We got Crobat EX. One copy. From Clash the Blue Sky. And this one looks pretty clean too. I mean, I can't really complain when I get clean copies, because, I mean, even near mint stuff, you know, or even excellent condition, I'm going to make some money off of it, but it's just sad when you're like, man, this thing's so clean, and then just a little mark is what keeps it from getting that, you know, 9, 10 grade. All right, we got this one, which I can't remember. Is it Team Rocket's Handiwork? I can't remember, but this is actually a really pretty card from the... I think it's like the Mimikyu versus Ash's Mimikyu or Ash's Pikachu versus Rocket's Mimikyu or something deck. It's a really nice deck. There's some nice stuff in it. I don't think I'll be buying one of those to do a video because I think they're pretty expensive, but who knows. But yeah, I always thought this was a really cool card. Jesse and James just hanging out. We have Dialga Level X from PT1. I think that's what PT1 is, a Galactic's Conquest. Could be. One copy of this one. It is not looking great. And then we have another Dialga Level X from DP3. This might be the constructed deck one. I don't think this is the Shining Darkness one, but I could be wrong. I think DP3 is Shining Darkness. Or is it DP? I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know either. It's a nice card, though. Aggron EX, Miracle Desert. One copy with a little mark down there. Staraptor Level X. One copy. Some scratchies, some marks. Porygon Z Level X. 1, 2 copies. I think this is Temple of the Anger. Or Temple of the Anger. Temple of Anger. Because I sold PSA 9 the other day. I think I listed another one, and then it's sold for what you'll see, I guess, on Monday's weekend sales recap. We got Eevee from the Shiny Collection. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if I've ever had any of these on here to show off. I have some in a box somewhere from previously acquiring, but it's the first time I think I've had them on one of these videos. Shiny Collection's fantastic. I mean, you can see why. Man, that's beat up for a Shiny Collection card, though. Yikes. I'm sure the front looks probably nice, though, right? Well, you can see the one nick through the front. But overall, nice card. Just not a nice back. Perfect binder copy. All right, we got Arceus Level X. This one, it's from the Fire and the Grass constructed deck. The way you basically tell which one's which, you got red and green down there, and then the Psychic Lightning will have purple and yellow. You can't really mess it up. We got 1, 2, 3 copies. If you're not sure what I was saying, it's right down here. I could zoom in, but you know, we gotta keep her moving here. Ooh, swirl on that one too. This one's got, you know, it's like all kinds of stuff going on. Disco Flash, sparkles, swirls, just out of control, insane. Nice little indent there, nice little indent there. But it's so easy to source gem mint cards from Japan and grade them and make all kinds of money. That's what they say. Flygon from the 7-Eleven campaign fair, just like the Mudkip and the Trico from earlier. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Why does that one look really weird color? See that? It's like a dark green. Or is it a light green? Or is it a dark green? I don't know. But it is a weird color. You see that, though? It's kind of wild. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies. We'll put that one on front just to take a look at it. Huh, that's interesting. It's like not like, I mean, obviously it's like, well, the rest of this one kind of does seem a little different color, but that is, it's a strange one. Definitely haven't seen that before. No, it's not fake, if that's what some people are thinking. That's not what is going on here. Nice little indent on that one. All right, we got Blissey EX from Golden Sky, 1 copy. Did Yukimori do this? No, Ryo Ueda, but it definitely looks like a Yukimori clay sculpture. Nice little indent in the bottom here. Otherwise, pretty clean card. Garchomp level X from DP4. I think maybe DP4 Shining Darkness, because I feel like this looks Shining Darkness-y to me. Doesn't look too bad, except for a little white neck down here. We got Garchomp DPP promo, 1, 2 copies. This is like a prize. I can't remember exactly what event it is, but it's a prize promo or pseudo prize promo, whatever you decide. And this one was loved by its owner on the back. Swablu, 1, 2 copies from PT1. Again, I think this is Galactic's Conquest, but this is one of the Sparkle Foil Treatment ones. The shiny, excuse me, shiny Swablu. Nice little dent there. And again, I mean, a lot of these that I'm showing off right now, I mean, you're seeing some damage and stuff like that. And you might be thinking, oh, like, this isn't worth it or whatever. And I mean, maybe to some people it isn't, but for me, I just don't get really too mad because, again, I purchase this stuff at a price that I feel comfortable. So we got Ampharos, Dragon Frontiers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 copies. That's right. I think this is one. All right, yeah, this is one with all the couple obscure full arts that are there. I bought a bunch of them because I guess they were super cheap or something. We got Ampharos here, normal type, Delta species from Dragon Frontiers. Say it all the time, biggest issue with Dragon Frontiers is usually centering, but I mean, obviously they are not without the typical wear and tear as well, so it's kind of like a double whammy. All right, we got Tornadus here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 copies of Tornadus full art from BW1. BW1 is probably one of the cheapest and honestly arguably one of the worst sets of all time, especially in English. There's some people out there that'll argue with you, and don't be wrong, like this is still your typical Japanese full art from Black and White era. It's got the texture. It honestly doesn't look bad. It looks much better up close than it does like when you look at it just kind of like a stock photo online. But yeah, this set was not a big hit. A lot of whitening on these, it looks like. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm gonna get anything in here. That one's super whitened up, but it's just so weird with these. I feel like the edges of these got like damaged really easy, and I don't know if it's because like the front is so firm because the texture that like it made the back take like the brunt of like the friction, if that makes any sense. I don't really know how to describe it. I'm no physicist, but it just seems weird. This is the typical kind of whitening you see on these black and white full arts. But yeah, 23 copies of Tornadus. Don't worry though, there's another one like this coming up. I don't know, looks good. It's not a bad looking card. Gotta keep telling myself that. Cyndaquil LP. This is again Heart Gold Soul Silver release campaign promo like the Totodile. We got 1 copy here. I mean, right off the bat, you can see up top. Otherwise, again, not too bad looking of a card. We got a little bit of a dip down here. We got Typhlosion EX. This is from a deck. I forget what the deck. It might just be Typhlosion Constructed Starter Deck. I'm not honestly sure exactly what it is. It was like they did all 3 of them just like they did with the like Fire Red Leaf Green EXs at a Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. But we got 1, 2 copies of it. I always liked this one. I thought it was kind of a cool drawing or a cool rendition of Typhlosion. And it doesn't really feel like an Arita artwork. And it doesn't really feel like a PSA 10 either, because it's not. We got Houndoom, Magmus Houndoom. 1 copy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 copies total. Ooh, nice orb on that one. A lot of hollow foil going on this. I think it was swirled air and like something going on between his legs there and the M. I don't know. Pretty sweet. Back copy is looking like a ding, and yeah, little ding up here. I don't think I did too great on this this order overall. I mean, I guess like I'm only looking at 1 copy of each one, so there's a lot to go through, but I'm just getting that sort of vibe right now in this order. But again, the price I paid for this stuff. I'm confident that, you know, I'll get my money back and then some, selling stuff raw that needs sold raw. And all it really takes is a couple decent cards in here to grade 10, and that takes the burden off of, you know, the majority of it then. But you can always lose too. At the end of the day, it's paid for. When the money comes back, the money comes back. So we've got Typhlosion from Golden Sky Silver Ocean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies. Really nice arc by Kusajima. Back copy is looking rough. Rough. Say that and it's like it only gets worse as far as condition goes. Got Groudon, again, another 7-Eleven promo, the foil version, if you can't tell. 1, 2, 3 copies. This is a really cool one. Another Rita artwork. Although I don't really get what's going on. Like, is this grass? Like, is he in water? Like, did they mix this up? Was this supposed to be Kyogre? Like, I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened here. And I don't know what he's doing out in the water. But, you know, he's ground fire type. So I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. He's defying all odds is what he's doing. Back. Little mark down here. Sometimes this stuff just wipes off. Just need a cloth. But overall, that one doesn't too bad. Maybe that's you know, you just wipe that little spot off and boom, gradable. 1, 2 copies of Lucario level X from DP2. I'm not sure what set this is, so we're just gonna go with DP2. I like this one too. Back is not great. Nice little indent there. Got Mewtwo level X. I don't know which one this is. There's 2 of them. There's one from a Regigigas level X deck, and there's one from an actual Mewtwo level X deck. I can't remember which one this is. We got 1, 2, 3 copies of Mewtwo. He's using Shadow Ball. He doesn't care about your feelings. Yeah, back one of this is, again, not so great. The front's good, and that's what matters at the end of the day for the binder collectors. At least, you know, for me, like when I'm collecting stuff for binder. As long as it has a good-looking face, that's all I really care about. We got Slowbro from the Trainers Magazine released. Nice Bob artwork. There's also a Slow King and a Slowpoke that go with this and match. Bellsprout's peeking out around there. I don't know what his plan is. He kind of looks a little worried as he's creeping up behind him. And his shell couldn't give a shit, honestly. Doesn't care. We got 2 copies. In the back, this one is not great. Not great. Got Dusknoir level X, Stormfront. 1, 2 copies of Dusknoir. His hand? Or, yeah, that's okay. I was going to say, I didn't know if that was like part of the card or if that was something on the card or what. Dusknoir is not looking terrible. A little scratchy up here. A little something here. To be determined is what we'll call that one. We got Latias, XYP. This is like a lottery promo from the XYP. 1 copy. Wouldn't be surprised there's like an indent on this one. There's a little bit of something there. Just the way I'm sure these were given out. They were probably mailed and they were probably put in like some pamphlet or something. Yeah, looks like something up here, like an indent. We got Espeon EX. 1, 2, 3 copies of Espeon EX from XY9. I don't know what set that is. I'm starting to get a little modern-y now, and I'm no expert set-wise when it comes to this. English, probably do a little bit better just because I collected a lot of those sets, but as far as Japanese goes, it's gets a little shaky X-Line up for me. Little indent there, but still a nice Espeon. And this stuff's starting to, like, you start to really appreciate. I mean, look at this card when you actually look at it. Like, look everything going on. Look, you know, look everything you see here. And, you know, it really is a nice card. And I think, you know, as someone who started out collecting, again, a lot during the XY era, pretty much the beginning to the end, you definitely, you kind of just start brushing past a lot of this stuff because it literally is just like everywhere. And I think once you stop seeing it everywhere, that's when you really start to appreciate it. So, all right, next up we have movie commemoration promos. We have Pichu, 2 copies. This is one of the more popular ones from this set, and this has a holo pattern that's pretty exclusive to this movie commemoration set. There might be a few other ones from Black and White era that have this, but not too many at all. Definitely something they didn't use a lot. But pretty cool, like it's almost like a disco pattern. Back of this one, right off the bat, you can see that right there. Unfortunate. All right, we got Shinx, 1 copy. This is another one of those shinies with the sparkle foiling. Man, the front of this one's not great. You can see little dents on that now. This was one of the first shinies that I started trying to buy a bunch of copies of back in the day to try to grade a 10 of, and eventually got a 10. I was pretty pumped on that, especially because back then they were extremely low pop. So, yeah, I was pretty pumped on that. This one is not great shape, though. Got Ampharos EX from Roars of the Heavens. 1, 2, 3 copies of Ampharos. Swirl is almost in the middle of the tail there. That's like the golden one. We gotta find one like that. Look a little closer. And that one's low. Close though. But 3 copies of Ampharos, and this one doesn't look too bad. Maybe a little whitening on the side. I mean, you can really see when you shuffle across a little bit, but not too much. Nice copy overall. We got Raichu level X from the Lightning Quarter deck. 1, 2 copies. Nice deep red background on this one. Kind of think this one goes under the radar a little bit. It's definitely doesn't sell for too much, and I wouldn't call it extremely popular, but it is a really nice card. Maybe just because it's from a constructed deck. I really don't know. I think it's a good card, though. We got 1 copy of Kabutops from Holland Research. Delta species, obviously, because it's an electric type. First glance, looking pretty clean on this one. Little nick at the top here, but looking like it might. Oh, maybe something right there. Again, to be determined. We got Jolteon, Golden Sky, Silvery Ocean. 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of Jolteon. It's a nice artwork by Arita, honestly. It's really good. And the back of this one does not look so good. A little nick there. All right, we got Manectric from Clash the Blue Sky. 1, 2, 3 copies. Manectric also underrated Pokemon. You can see a little scratch going across there. It's unfortunate. Definitely like a little bit darker on one of these. Always like seeing the dark print stuff. Oof. Do not like seeing the indents though. That's been a pretty big theme for this go through. A lot of indents. Let's just hope it's with the stuff I have multiple copies. It's just, you know, it's just the back one. And lastly, but not least, we got Thundurus full art from the best set ever. Just like I said earlier, BW1. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 copies of Thundurus full art from BW1. I mean, have you seen a cooler card than this? You haven't. Doesn't matter what you think, you haven't. You haven't seen it. Hasn't happened. Back of this one, not great. Not good. Not great. But we have all these. Another thing I think that's kind of funny too. A lot of people never really look at cards sideways, but when you, especially this with all the same cards, and you see, I mean, look at the color variation here. Like from some of the copies that picked up a little extra something along the way, dirt, grime, anything like that. You know, I'd always find it interesting if you could crack open a bunch of, I mean, obviously that's never going to happen, but a bunch of 10s of some of the older stuff to see if there's like, you have this kind of discoloration difference in the side, because I would have to bet there's some that PSA isn't checking like side profiles of cards, because it's really hard to tell when you don't have a group. So there's probably some dirty-ish 10s out there. We'll call them dirty 10s. But yeah, so 21 copies of this. I know you guys are ready to buy these, ready to pay a premium, and I completely get it. I have to put you on the wait list, but yeah. So don't worry, they'll be up for sale. You know, hold your horses. Don't, you know, not everybody get, you know, just wait in line, wait your turn, be all right. But yeah, that about does it for this one, guys. Yeah, I mean, fun. These are always fun for me. I like going through this stuff, but it definitely gives me an idea of like what I'm about to deal with, listing this stuff. And right now I'm getting the vibe that when I go through this stuff, I will not be putting much in a, card saver for grading. So just is what it is, but still fun to do this. Still had a great time. Hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, or don't, but either way, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you.